Sup guys, I'm back for like forever, and I feel like starting up the channel again. So, I come here, and I'm going to show you, oh no, I just don't want the music, it's going to be low, and I'm going to show, for anybody who's new to the game Minecraft, it's an older game, been updating all the time, but anyone who is new and starts up their world and has no clue what to do. Sorry about the frame rate on my recording software. It's acting really weird. It's fine for me in game. But anyway, so the first thing you're gonna do is make sure you are in a good biome. So there are so many biomes that you can have in this game, really a crazy amount. You have deserts, you have huge oceans, really it's pretty crazy and it's huge. So you're gonna want to make sure that you, I would also recommend starting off with the bonus chest. They always help, especially when you're new, and so when you're creating the world, you just click there, and as it's set up, as you click on options for the world, like you'll see like creative and you'll see bonus chests, just turn that off, and it'll give you it's randomized, but it'll give you simple items that will really save you some time. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, if you're in a desert, try to get to the closest biome with trees that you can. To be honest, tree biomes don't actually matter too much as long as you're in a biome with trees. They're basically all the same. Make sure when you're making your world, you also don't click super flat, because that is a completely different thing. I'll probably make a video on that sometime, surviving super flat, showing you how to do that. But for this, you're going to want to obviously find yourself a tree. Water, unlike in a lot of other survival games, isn't really important. I'd say it's incredibly easy to play the whole game and never have to use water once. You know, probably not. There are things you're gonna want it from. And then, you would come up to a tree, and I'll do /game mode survival. And this will put me in survival mode, and this will be what you're seeing if you're in survival mode. And then you'll come up to the tree, and it'll be pretty straightforward. So let's say I spawned in right here, and I'm like, wow, beautiful world, beautiful, smell the roses. And you'll come up to your first tree, and it'll basically be like this. And first thing you want to do is get as much wood as you can. And like I said, if you spawn in a desert, also temperatures don't affect you, so unlike in other survival games, what you're going to want to do is get some wood, and then you're going to put it into here, just one into here of the logs. And then you just are going to tap on these, and you'll get 4 planks for every log. And this is what you're going to do. You get on it, and you're going to want to pull it around so it fills up the whole thing. Then you're going to get a crafting table. This is going to be used for about every part of the whole game, basically. And so I'm going to be like, wow, I might build a lot of things that you're going to do in the beginning of the game, you're going to want to, don't make yourself a fancy house, really, because you're just going to die and lose all that stuff you worked so hard for. So basically, what I would recommend doing is, if you're in a flatter area and you can't find any real cliff sides or hills, you should just create one sec, game mode creative. You're going to go into creative, and so let's say I got all this, and I'm like, wow, you know, you spent a couple minutes and you got all these. If you found yourself in a place like that, you're just gonna, not that. Make yourself a little home. Once again, I know it's not gonna look great, but it's all you need. You're gonna fix it later. Don't worry. Later you'll have a beautiful home. Actually, I'll make this into a whole series. It'll be rags to riches in Minecraft. What you need to know. And you make yourself. You don't even need this. You should really just make it right above your head. And you don't even need that. But what you will definitely want to get are torches. A Minecraft day lasts around 10 minutes. And then, now we're gonna go back into, nope, oh, sorry, game mode survival. And you won't be doing this, you'll just have your thing. And now I got all these to save you some time. And you're gonna wanna make sticks. And you're gonna wanna make an okay amount of them. And here's what you're gonna remember: you have to move fast. You don't have to speed run it or anything. You don't have to go crazy and really try too hard. But don't leave. Make sure don't leave and make yourself a sandwich during the middle. This time you'll come back, it'll probably be night. And if you are in a hilly area, I would recommend in the beginning making our home into a mountain, a cliffside of some sort. And what you're going to want to do is look for coal. Coal is very easy to notice from regular ore. It will be if you have a cliffside, one thing that you can do to find coal very quickly is, boom, there it is. It's very common. You should have no trouble finding it. It's really all about luck. You gotta be really unlucky to not find coal in 10 minutes. Because believe me, later, in just a couple days, you'll have too much coal to know what to do with. And so, sorry, I messed it up there. You're just gonna pick up all this, and coal is it's very simple and it's very easy to get, but it is very important. You need to make sure you're picking it up whenever you see it. It may be boring, and you're gonna be like, I have so much coal in my house, but believe me, you're gonna thank me later, because when things are dark, mobs will spawn in and bad monsters will spawn in here, and they can be pretty hard to kill, especially early on. So you're gonna want to make sure your thing is well lit. Once again, not very pretty, but cobblestone is also great for not there. I forgot. Great for making doors. No, why did I say doors? No. Cobblestone is great for building, and it can also look very nice in houses that you make. So, another very important thing, a basic building thing, is a door. And you're going to want to try to remember as much of these as you can. Minecraft tries to make them as simple as they can. And there, boom, there you go. And I'll put it up here. Look at your first house. And if you are in an awful position, you see the sun coming down, you can always come up to a wall and make yourself a little dirt shack for the night. Also, mobs will not spawn if I'm in here. It doesn't matter how dark it is. A mob, you're not gonna see a skeleton pop in right here, so you'll be fine. During the night, this is what I find a great opportunity. On your first night, a bed, a lot of players will be like, oh, it's very important, get it right off the bat. But, to be honest, I would not recommend having a bed as the first thing you make. Beds are great, I will tell you that, but there are more important things, and a bed will let you skip past the night. I'll come up here and show you all the mobs later. But what you're going to spend your first night doing is coming down here, use all those torches, use all that coal you made for your torches, and you're going to light this up, and you're going to want to make your first cave system. You want to have a cave system. They are very important because, I don't know, but if you read the name, Minecraft, the whole game is a lot about based around mining and crafting to survive, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're gonna break into here, and it's probably starting to rain outside. And what you're gonna want to do is, what I would recommend is to spend your first whole night coming in here and gathering all of this. But there's a danger to this, and I'll show you right here. So, number one rule, never dig straight down, and I will show you why. You'll be fine 100 times, so that one day you're gonna have diamonds and gold, and you'll see what happens. I'm gonna click game mode creative. So, I'm just doing this to speed things up. And let's say I'm coming down here and I'm making my great cave system, getting everything I need. And you see how this works? You sort of go down. I'll show you some other mining methods that work better for certain things in a bit. You can also find caves sometimes. Here's iron. Iron, great in the beginning, but believe me, after a couple hours you'll have a good amount of iron too after a couple hours of mining. And see how this works, and you find a lot of good stuff. And I'll show you what not to do. Don't do this. What you're gonna find it happens when you do this. Some of them, you're gonna come down here, and you could find lava, which will kill you in a couple seconds. Ooh, see that? That is redstone, and this is bedrock, and you won't be able to really break through that or anything. And this is when you reach the bottom of the thing. Very, very deep. And this is lapis. Not to be confused with diamonds, because the first thing that a lot of people do is they're like, oh my god, I found diamonds. And it's like the best thing ever. And that's used for enchanting, and redstone is used. It's a lot like electricity, but that will be for another video. So, I think this is probably nice enough to get you set for your first night in Minecraft. You'll have leaky ceilings. You know, it won't be very pretty, but it's something. Something I didn't cover too much is you should always check your surroundings out first. I sort of wanted to show you everything pretty quickly, but the first thing I would do always is get up. I forgot to mention this, and just come up here, get on a tall place, tallest thing you can find, and look around your surroundings. You know, see if there's anything there. See if there's a better place somewhere, you know. Preferably build on the plains. Here are llamas. This is rare, but zombies ride chickens. And yeah, and I'll show you what happens if I go into game mode survival. This is what will happen for you. You're gonna see all these things, and they're all gonna try to kill you, and they will hurt you like this, and you will probably die pretty fast. The skeletons will shoot arrows at you. And, well, there you go. That is the first tutorial and my first video for months on how to survive in Minecraft. And yeah, I hope you had a great day, and I'll see you guys all shortly. Bye!